Thought I saw a rat or something there. It doesn't look like there's a way to get onto the ship. Guess we'll walk over to this small one.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Is that hinting to me to go swim and find out? Doesn't seem like there's a way to get into the water. I guess not. So we'll just head back the way, go up over there somewhere.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Not really sure what that is supposed to mean. There's a path down there. Can we hop down? I think we'll go down this way first.
Is this what Paul saw through his windscreen? Not Lot's wife looking over her shoulder, but a scar in the hillside, falling away to black forever.
I was kind of tempted to jump in, but... well, but we don't want to die, I guess. Oh, there's a house up there.
I've begun my ascent on the green slope of the western side. I've looked deep into the mountain from the shaft, and understood that I must go up and then find the way under. I will stash the last vestiges of my civilization in the stone walls and work deeper from there. I'm drawn by the aerial and the cliff edge. There is some form of rebirth waiting for me there.
So I assume this is the green slope that he's talking about.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Yakabson, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
I wonder what that's meant to be. Kind of looks like a bull or something to me.
When the oil lamps ran out, I didn't pick up a torch, but used the moonlight to read by. When I've pulled the last shreds of sense from it, I will throw Donnelly's book from the cliffs and perhaps myself with it. Maybe it will wash back up through the caves and erupt from the spring when the rain comes, making its return to the hermit's cave. Perhaps it will be back on the table when I wake. I think I may have thrown it into the sea several times before.
Yeah, so there's a light over there in that cave, but I don't see a pathway over. I guess there's a way down there. We'll check out this building first. Wait, we've been in there. My bad. That's quite a drop down there.
In a footnote, the editor comments that at this point Donnelly was going insane as syphilis tore through his system like a drunk driver. He's not to be trusted. Many of his claims are unsubstantiated, and although he does paint a colourful picture, much of what he says may have been derived directly from his fever. But I've been here, and I know, as Donnelly did, that this place is always half imagined. Even the rocks and caves will shimmer and blur with the right eyes.
That's the second time he has talked about drunk drivers. I've kind of got a feeling that I'm dead and I'm the ghost.
They found Yakabson in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. His fingernails were raw and bitten to the quick. They found the phosphorescent moss that grows in the caves deep under the nails. Whatever he'd been doing under the island when his strength began to fail is lost. He'd struggled halfway up the cliff again, perhaps in a delirium, perhaps trying to reach the bothy's fire before curling into a stone and expiring.
Wonder if I'm the only one on the island. Or we're going to
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
So I don't think he died down here. Oh. Thought that was a body for a second. But I guess not. But yeah, whilst he was talking, there was like background noise that was sounding like "help me" or something like that. You might hear it again when we go over to this cave. Well, there's candles, so someone must have been here recently. Oh, this is cool. Oh, guess we're going down the hole.